Bitcoin is now the flight to safety. When they told you it's a pet rock, it's used for money laundering, and that it would never be part of the monetary system, then why? Then why are asset managers rushing to stack their bags in Bitcoin? In today's video, we're going to break that down, how the whole tide is shifting, but one person is still holding on. We know Jamie Dimon is still holding on, but I promise you, his asset managers, his financial advisors here in the next couple of years will be inviting you in to custody your cryptocurrency at your local JP Morgan. All right, so let's dive into it. So my name is Coach JB. What I work to do is make very complex macro and microeconomic strategies very simple so the normal everyday person can implement them. I help people understand how to secure their wealth in their volatile times. In the last bull run, I pulled profits and I secured my money in insurance, tax code 7702A. So as everybody came collapsing down, my principal was guaranteed. And then we repeat the process as we go into 2024 and 2025. It's called Infinity Banking Concept, Index Universal Life. I'm a licensed insurance agent. I have licensed insurance agents in all 50 states to have a free conversation with you. Description of this video, set up a free conversation, or in my social media platform. We also have a free, absolutely free 16-page guide. It's a book that I wrote to share with you exactly what I talk about on the back end of every video. All right, so let's dive into it. So we're going to listen to Anthony, my dyslexia, man, Scaramucci, if I'm saying that correctly. I apologize if I say your name wrong. Really love his content. I love what he talks about, but it says Bitcoin can certainly replace or go alongside gold as a store of value. Now, what a switch in narrative, family. What a switch in narrative from 2017, 2018, 2019. They were really pushing back hard on it. 2020, and then all of a sudden they made you think cryptocurrency is the worst thing ever. And now, slowly and methodically, they're switching your financial system to a digital currency, on-demand liquidity, real-time payments, and those who hold on and have an exit plan. Okay, a lot of people are asking me, JB, let me pause for just a moment. A lot of people are asking me, JB, should I exit right now? Bitcoin's, I think, is it at it's almost 60,000 right now? It's crazy. I'm not exiting right now, guys. I'm waiting for the Bitcoin halving and the interest rates to drop. That's going on the back end of 2024 to 2025. The back end, I'll be exiting as a ladder on the way up. And I explain that on the back end of every video. So let's listen to this. And then we're going to hear Jamie Dimon's perspective on the market. Now, Jamie Dimon, people trust this dude and what he says. He is one of the most famous bankers in the world. He's not just an American banker. He's one of the most favorite bankers in the world. And he's preparing for a soft landing. They're telling you that something's coming, guys. Pay attention.
Founder and managing partner of Skybridge Capital. It was great to have you on the broadcast this morning, Anthony. Let's just take on the Jamie Dimon comments first. I'm so curious what your reaction was to that.
Listen, Andrew, he's one of the smartest people in financial services, if not the smartest. So I enjoy listening to him, and I always try to factor in what he's saying. The economy does feel very strong. I don't see how the Fed, though, doesn't cut rates eventually because of the deficit spending problem that the U.S. is facing. And I think those rate cuts will save the economy from going into recession. But, Jamie's a very smart guy. He's smarter than me. And so I always listen to him. Of course, I'm at intellectual odds with him related to Bitcoin. But listen, anytime he speaks, I listen. He's one of the few people, including yourself, that I have on my Google alert.
God bless you. Well, let me ask you this. You just mentioned Bitcoin. He is at odds with you on that subject. I'm not going to say he's been right about Bitcoin. He's probably been wrong about Bitcoin. He might have been right about actually the economy thus far, because he did say that he didn't think there were going to be interest rate cuts coming so quickly. And on that score, he has been 100.
Okay, so let me demystify what they're saying. So basically what Jamie Dimon is saying, so they said there are going to be 7 rate cuts on the back end of 2023. So remember, the market priced that in, right? So we saw a pump in the markets, but it wasn't responding favorably. So Jerome Powell didn't lower rates yet. He's probably not going to lower them in March, right? The inflation numbers came out yesterday. I didn't even look at them. I think it was yesterday, excuse me. If he lowers them in May to get ready for the presidential election, we are going to, that's to avoid a recession, guys. We're on the balance of a recession right now. Okay. So the lower rates, they may start printing more money in 2025. And it's just, they're just trying to move. Remember, all the money is debt. They have to create more debt. That's the only way they can keep this economy going, right? Or they're just going to have to crash it. They're either just going to have to let it crash, but they're not going to let it crash during the presidential election. Now, this is great for you as an investor, really good, because they're going to make the dollar weaken and it's going to increase your assets. That's why you have to have an exit plan. Okay. So then they just go into some discussion around there. So stock market today, Dow falls, Wall Street awaits inflation data as Bitcoin surges, excuse me. So what you're seeing is more and more people are buying into the narrative, especially asset managers, that Bitcoin is a flight to safety. Now, why? Because it mimics gold. It's a store of value. You're not going to use Bitcoin to transact back and forth. I mean, it doesn't make sense. It's too volatile, right? But it is a great store of value. It can't be printed, and 80% of the supply, guys, is held. No, it's not moving. So if you hold Bitcoin, okay, if you hold Bitcoin, you're holding something that's very, very scarce. Okay, very scarce. And I'll explain to you why I'm exiting 50% of my portfolio and holding 50% on the back in this video. So US SEC expected to drag its feet on the new wave of crypto ETFs. They probably are, because look what's happening. I'm going to sneeze, excuse me. That's what it's doing to the markets. It's we're going into allergy season. Here we go. All right. So this is what he was talking about. I want you guys to listen personally to Jamie Dimon's comments around the economy. Let's see if it kicks off at the right part of my video here.
Counter to your more bearish views. I know you said in fourth quarter earnings that
let me sorry, that's how I do my research, and that's the higher speed there. Boom, let's go back to normal. There we go.
Last month that inflation may be stickier, rates may be higher than the markets expect. Is that still your base case? And what's kind of fueling that more cautious tone right now?
Yeah, so the way I look, remember in 1972 you felt great too, and before any crash you felt great, and then so things changed.
Perfect. Listen to what he just said. He just gave you a massive hint. In 1972, it felt great. They detached from the gold standard. It always feels great, guys. The stock market is pumping. Crypto is pumping. So it's going to feel really good 2024 to 2025. And that shit is going to come collapsing down hard when they have their profits. So we need to do the same thing.
So you got to look ahead. I do think there are things out there which are kind of concerning. We got an eye on, and why are we doing so well? A lot of it's fiscal spending.
I just told you, why are we doing so well, guys? It's fiscal spending, printing, debt. Like that doesn't make sense. Like he's going to tell you the economy is great, right? They're stacked. Their bags are packed. They're moving their money through waves of system, or moving their money through the waves of energy. They know what's coming, guys.
Fiscal spending has a multiplier too. So I just think it may not come down that quick, and people may be surprised. So when people talk about, the market is kind of pricing a soft landing, that may very well happen. But, the odds at 70 or 80%, I would give them half of that. That's all.
7 or 8 rate cuts?
No, 70 or 80% chance we'll have a soft landing. I give it half that. We may very well have one, but I think there was also a higher chance in the market things of rates being a little bit higher. The other thing I think it's always a mistake to do is look at just the year. All these factors we talk about, QT, fiscal spending, deficits, the geopolitics, those things may play out over multiple years, but they will play out and they will have an effect, and we just don't know what they are. So I'm just, in my mind, I'm kind of cautious about everything.
Boom, there you go. I mean, this is golden nuggets, guys. Golden nuggets. He's literally telling you. He's like, hey, right now we're going into and this is my perception. We're going into a presidential election. Okay, we know World War III is on the precipice. Guys, I'm sweating like crazy. I just got done with HIIT workout. I can't stop sweating. So this time I am sweating. I lost my train of thought. Oh, World War III, right? We're going into World War III. That's when the economies are all jacked up, blah, blah, blah. World War II, innovation, technology. America became the new superpower, okay? So we have this window from 2024 to 2025 where things are going to be so out of whack. He just told you it doesn't make sense. It's like, he didn't say that, but he's like, fiscal spending, they're going to have to, it's a balance of the presidential election. They're going to print money. They're going to do all this stuff. Whoever becomes president is going to have to fix the economy. We're going to go to war, right? So what's going to happen is these markets what goes up has to come down. So this is key. You have to have an exit plan. Now, what does that mean? Okay. Download Merlin, 30 days for free. We created this for this reason, because we saw thousands of people, and maybe some of you, comment down below if you got stuck at the top and came sliding. We were pulling profits. I was telling people in the academy, pull profits. And I should have pulled a lot more, just to be transparent. I couldn't believe it when it seemed like I just woke up one day and my portfolio was down hundreds of thousands. I was like, what the 85%? I was like, what? I could have taken that money, and now that I know what to do with money, securing it in tier 1 capital, insurance, or into 7702A, you can look this up, and I can borrow against it. So when I learned that, I was like, okay, I'm pulling cash out. Now I'm holding 50%. 50% will not leave my portfolio. That is legacy. It's going forever. But I'm not going to let it just sit there. Okay. That 50%, I'm going to stake it for interest income. And I'm going to take a portion of it and I'm going to collateralize it when the bear market comes, when it gets more stabilized. I'll collateralize it to buy more assets. And with the cash flow from the assets, I'll pay off that loan. And then I multiplied the money twice. So I'm earning income off a portion of my 50% through interest income, right? Free money. And then I'm taking free money, tax-free money, and I'm putting it into an asset. And now that person that maybe it's a real estate property, that person who is renting the asset is now paying off my loan. And there's just money everywhere. I got free money, free money, free money. That's how you get wealthy. You don't take profits and buy a fucking Lambo or buy a big ass house you can't afford, right? You don't do that, guys. You get your family secure first. You make sure the retirement is set. My retirement set. My family's set for retirement. I can live a very comfortable life, the type of lifestyle that I want to live based on what I've set up already for my family. Okay. So now I can be a little bit more risky, but I'm not taking risk with my money. I'm taking it from, there's a risk pyramid, right? Going up the risk pyramid, you have stocks, crypto at the top. It's more risky, but you can gain a large amount of money. I'm pulling profits from the top of the risk pyramid and I'm bringing it down the risk pyramid into insurance. Businesses have a lot of risk to it, but we've been beating inflation like crazy. I take my profits from my business, profits from my crypto, profit from investments, and I put it back into insurance. And I'm just going to keep doing that. That's what I'm doing. It's working for me. And I love it. I absolutely love it. It makes me feel secure. You know, people are saying, oh, the 401k is good. Da, da, da. It's like, guys, look up how many people retire wealthy with a 401k. It's disgusting, man. It's gross. They just throw their money with a HR manager and they hope and they get 62. It's like, oh shit, I'm not gonna be able to retire. They think $1 million is a lot of money. $1 million is not a lot of money, guys. So you have this one window of opportunity where you're going to get a large amount of returns. I mean, think about this. Think about some of my poor, like right now, I'm like, it's insane how much money we just all made in a month. Like that's crazy if you're in crypto. Really think about it. You put $1,000 in and now it's 3,000. It's like, where can you get those types of returns? Nowhere. This will not continue though. This will not continue. This is a very, very special time right now. You have to do the opposite of the public. Wall Street wins 100. Look at me. 100% of the time, Wall Street will win. They are going to win. They have access to information, politics. They know where the money's about to flow. They know what triggers are being flipped or what switches are being flipped. You don't. So what we do is we get out early. Now, what I mean by that, I want to be very clear. Like I'm exiting on the way up ladders. Okay. So like say XRP goes to $3.70, 10% of my 50% gone. If it goes to $5, another 15% gone. If it goes to 7, I'm just making up numbers. If it goes to 10, another 15%, right? Of the 50%. If it doesn't go to my next target, I don't pull. And with that money, I'm securing it. And then I have the cash value after a certain amount of time. And then I can leverage the cash value to buy the dips. So I'm buying the dips with free money now. And people are buying the dips with money they're putting in their bank. And the bank is using your money to leverage it. So we just have to start thinking a little bit differently. It's not against banks. They're not nonprofit organizations. This is all in their account disclosures. They're very clear with you on what they do with your money. So we just have to start to build financial literacy, financial education. So that's what I'm doing with my money. There is a book down in my description of my video here or in my social media platforms. You can download it. It breaks all this down. You can also join my 4-week webinar series. It is, you need to apply ASAP. It's February 28th. It starts this next week. We have our next 4-week webinar series, cryptocurrency allocation, week 1. How to get in the market, how to get out the market, week 2. Week 3 is my diversification strategy, access to all my resources, phone numbers to all my contacts, everything. Week 4 is a meeting with my trust attorney, and he teaches you the importance of trust, and he shows the waterfall system that I have set up. So, and then each month you're on this group is on a call with me where I basically just go over what I'm doing every single month. So it's a very special group. It is a paid program. That's a paid program. So if you're not serious about investing in yourself, do not apply for that program. But we also have a ton of free resources as well. So I want to make it very clear. If you click the link to interview with my insurance team, that's free, completely free. That's nothing in it. But if you click for the 4-week webinar series, people are clicking the 4-week webinar series and trying to get information on insurance. It's 2 different things, right? You're going to get information on insurance, but that's a paid webinar series where you're going through everything, get access to our academy, our 120-day challenge, access to all my resources. So that is a paid thing. Just want to make that clear. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. I'll see you on the inside. Warriors, rise, get your shit together. Let's go.